Go ahead.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to the 30-minute Tuesday session for this week. So, the topic for today is utilizing QR codes in Salesforce. But before I move on to the topic, I'd just like to introduce myself. So, I'm Heather. I am a senior enterprise solutions developer here at UST Global Malaysia. I have a 6+ years experience in Salesforce with varied roles that I have undertaken as that of an administrator, developer, and even consultant. And my skill set includes Lightning Web Components, Aura Framework, Apex, Batch Apex, synchronous and synchronous integration, etc. And you can reach me at this given email ID in case you want to ask me anything, be it related to this topic of the session or something else related to Salesforce, or if you need any help from me, you can reach out to me at this email ID. So, moving ahead towards the agenda for today. So, basically, today's session is going to be about QR codes and how we can use them in Salesforce. So, we would be starting by understanding what QR codes are, and then gradually moving on to how we can create them in Salesforce, where we can display these QR codes, and then trying to understand what use cases could be there to use any such QR codes and what could be the potential benefits. So before moving on and starting off with the traditional definition of QR codes, I would just like you guys to take a moment and think about where you have seen QR codes, because I'm pretty much sure that all of you must have seen QR codes at some place, at least once in your life for sure. So, if you come to think of it, you can find QR codes on your movie tickets, you can find them in advertisements, you can find them in various mobile applications as well. So, QR codes are quite popular these days, and we are going to understand that what makes them so popular and how we can use that QR code functionality in Salesforce. So, let's get started. So first of all, trying to understand what QR codes are. So as a definition, QR codes are it's an abbreviated form of the quick response code, and these are a type of matrix barcodes. So I'm sure you must be familiar with barcodes. Those are parallel lines that you can see on all your grocery that you buy, on your milk box, on your vegetable packets. So we have those parallel lines that are there, which get scanned at the counter, and your bill gets added with the amount of that product. So basically, those are the traditional barcodes, and a QR code is the matrix form or an enhanced form of a barcode. So QR codes were basically first designed in 1994, but they were not that popular at that time. And only recently they have gained quite a lot of popularity. So QR codes are machine readable. They can be scanned using an optical device or even through a camera. A QR code consists of black squares arranged in a square grid, as you can see, and they would have a white background, which can be read by the imaging device. But it is not necessarily that this color coding would always be the same. This can be customized based on how you want to present your QR code. So QR code often contains data for locator, identifier, or tracker that points to a website or application. So basically, usually what happens is QR codes would have embedded web links within them, or they would have certain information that would take you to a certain application, to a certain website, but there's a lot of different type of data as well that you can store within a QR code. It's not limited to have the data of a website or just to be used as something to redirect. So when you think of the storage capacity, so if you are going to store only numeric codes, numeric values, so there's a maximum of 7,089 characters that can be stored in this QR code. And when it comes to alphanumeric, there are 4,296 maximum characters. So even looking at this barcode right now, so if you guys actually, if someone has gone ahead and scanned this QR code, because I believe almost everyone is using a smartphone these days and they have inbuilt applications to scan. So if someone has gone ahead and done that, so this QR code is actually the QR code for the UST Global website. So basically, if you scan this QR code, you are going to be redirected in your browser to the ustglobal.com website. Moving ahead. So now we need to understand how we can create QR codes in Salesforce. And I have tried to find out the most simplest way in which we can achieve this. Of course, there are custom ways to do that, but due to the limitation of time, we will be going into the most user-friendly way of creating QR codes that can be done in Salesforce without much customization. So basically, there are two ways that in which you can create the QR codes. The first way is using a formula field. So the formula field type, when we create a new field, this is the very same formula field. And the other way is to use the IMG tag. This is an HTML tag, and this tag can be used within your Visualforce page or your Lightning components to display the QR codes. And we will see that just ahead how that can be achieved. So first we will be discussing how we can achieve the QR code generation using a formula field. But before I deep dive into how you are going to display that QR code using the formula field, I just like to discuss what goes into the formula to create that QR code. So the QR codes can be easily generated using the image function of the formula field. Now this image function is provided by Salesforce. So basically you might have done this in some other projects as well, or might have come across certain formula fields that are using images. The most common example is of a image formula field on opportunities to display to show you whether the opportunity status is going towards won or lost. So basically, most common one is you would have a red color dot or a green color dot. So you might have come across this form of the function. So basically, the image function has the following parameters. The first one is the image URL. Second is the alternate text, and then the height and width pixel respectively. So the image URL is basically the URL of the image that you want to display. So this could be a web URL, or this could be a URL from the static resource where your image is stored. And the alternate text is simply any message that you want to give for that image. So when you hover over that image, you get the alternate text. A small pop-up comes with the alternate text over there. The height and width are optional parameters. So they basically just fix the height and width of your image. So this is the first part of the formula field that is going to be used for the QR code. So this is the image function. And the second portion that will help us achieve the QR code generation is the Google Charts API. So the Google Charts API is freely available, and it's a very popular and safe API. So basically what this API does is you have this URL https chart.googleapis.com/chart, and then after the question mark you have your parameters. So basically for QR codes, the following parameters are going to be used. The first one is CHT, and that's short for your chart. So what is your chart type? It's going to be QR for QR codes, and this is not an optional parameter, it is required. And then you have your chart size, CHS, and you give your width and height. So basically what dimension you want your QR code to be, you can specify within this CHS attribute. And then you have your chart link. This will have the data to what has to be shown within the QR code. And this data can be digits, it can be alphanumeric characters or binary types. So there's a lot of different type of data that you can show within your QR codes. And we will just see in the next slide how both the image function and the Google Charts API is going to be used to create the formula. So this is the example. Basically what we have over here in blue is the standard image function. So the first parameter, as I told you, was the URL for the image. So this URL, because we are using Charts API, is going to be from chart.google. I'll come back to this URL. We'll just look quickly at the second attribute, and that is the alternative text. So the image function is having the first attribute in green over here, and the second attribute is the alternate text. And the width and height are optional, so we haven't specified them here because we already did that in our Google Chart API's URL. So coming back to the URL, the starting portion is the same till the question mark. And then after the question mark, we start with our parameters. So the chart size 200 by 200, the chart type is QR, and the chart link is the link of any of the record. I have taken a record, but of course, as per your business requirements, you can change what needs to be displayed, what data needs to be embedded within this QR code. So for the example, I have taken a simple URL of an account. So basically you'll just append the ID, and this whole URL will be embedded within the QR code. So this is the first way how we can create the QR codes using formula field. Now I'll show you how it can be done using the second method, that is with the IMG tag. So this is almost similar to what we did in the image function. So we have our image tag, the opening and closing tags are here, and the image tag has a source where you have to specify the source of the data that you need to display in your the image. And within the source, you have your Google Chart API link just as before. And within the chart link, you have your account or whatever URL you would like to display. Now, since we have seen two ways of how we can create QR codes, we need to think of how we are going to display these QR codes. So some of the ways are you can display the QR code on page layout, or you can use these QR codes within your Visualforce or your Lightning components or your even your Visualforce email templates. So now let's have a quick demo on how we are going to accomplish what we have just seen in this slide. Just let me know if you're able to see my Salesforce or.
Yes.
So for my demo, I'm using the account object, and what we are going to do is we are going to have a formula field that is going to be having the image function and the Google Chart API link. So I have already created this formula field. So if I open this field, uh, you can see over here, we have used the very same method which we saw in the PPT just now. So we have the image function, and the first parameter is the Google Charts API link with the embedded ID, and then the alternative text. And then this formula field just has to be placed on the page layout. So once it is placed on the page layout, so this is my page layout, I have placed the field over here. So if you go ahead and open an existing account record, go to details, just ignore the other charts for now. So this is the first one that we are going to see. This is the one from the formula field. So it's easily depicting your QR code, which is scannable right from the details page. Now, since this was the way of how we can create it using our formula field, and the second way was using the IMG tag. So for our demo purpose, what I have done is I have created one Visualforce page and one Lightning component that would be showing the QR code. So here is an example of the Visualforce page. So basically, it's very simple to create the QR codes even in Visualforce. I have my IMG tag placed here, and my source will have the Google Charts API. And in the chart link, I would have my a domain URL and a dynamic ID that will be the ID of the record that I'm going to open. So over here in this open record, you can see QR code from Visualforce, and the QR code is rendering over here. Fine, right? And then the third way is from the Lightning component. And basically in the Lightning component also, it's going to be very similar to what we saw in our Visualforce. The only difference here is that the URL, I have generated the URL in my controller. So this is my Aura component. And basically it's having the IMG tag and the source, but the URL is being fetched from the JavaScript. So if we see here in the JavaScript, we have the same URL of the Google Chart API with the chart link, the chart attribute, and the chart size. And we are just appending the ID of the record on which this component is going to be placed. So we have all the necessary interfaces in our Lightning component, and the most important one, of course, is the has record ID, which would allow us to fetch the ID of the record on which this component is placed. So if we come back to the record, you can see that this Lightning component is displaying our QR code just fine. And if I go back, you can go and create a new account. Next, I'm going to name it as 3 and save. Now, if I go ahead and show you the details. So here is a QR code from the formula field. Here is a QR code from the Visualforce, and here it is from the Lightning component. So all three ways, all three are working fine. So what we have done is we created the QR code using the formula field and using the image IMG tag. And then we saw how we can use the components in which we use the IMG tag or the formula field. So first of all, the field we placed on the page layout, and it was rendering fine. And then for the IMG part, we created our IMG link within our Visualforce and also within our Lightning component. And over here, we placed it on the page layout. But of course, if you're using your Lightning component, maybe in a separate standalone application also, it's going to be the same way. So basically, the code remains the same, and you can achieve this very easily. So yeah, it seems so easy, right? And it doesn't take much time. And I think this can be helpful in various scenarios. Also, there's a very minute detail, which of course I think will not make any difference, hopefully, but just for your information. So if you see over here, the QR code that has been created from the formula field and the QR code that has been created from the Visualforce, they are different in their form, in their dotted factors, but they are going to be pointing to the same link. So basically, what the gist of this point is that your QR code, whenever it's generated, it is not necessary that it's going to be of the same shape each time, but whatever the shape, it will always point to the exact data that has been embedded in it. Coming back to the slide, yeah. So now, just a quick use case list that I could think of. And of course, there can be other ways in which you could utilize QR codes, but these are some of the ways in which you could benefit from them. So the first one is you could send invites with QR codes to attendees, and when they arrive on the event day, you can mark their attendance on using that QR code. So basically, as an example, what you can think of is, say, our it's our it's some event like Trailhead DX or some event that you want to organize. So the organizers will send out invites via emails and to all the attendees, and the email template can be a Visualforce email template. It can have the QR codes within them. So on the day when the attendees arrive, there could be kiosks that would be marking attendance. So all they have to do is the kiosk attendee has to have a phone to scan the QR codes of the people that are coming in. And as soon as they show you a QR code, the help desk personnel just scans that QR code, and a particular record for that attendee opens up in Salesforce, and you can just mark them as present. So this is one of the scenarios. A second scenario could be to record the movement of inventory in and out of warehouses. So basically, your QR codes could be pointing to product records or inventory records, and you could scan those QR codes, and those records could open up in your mobile app, and you can update them to whatever status, or you could update the inventory of those products. So this is also one of the use cases in which the QR code could be used with Salesforce. And QR codes can very well be used to replace long links. So basically, if you want to show some hard coded links, or you want users to be able to open a website and have links that they could scan and just open up in their phone or some other device. So basically, you can have those links embedded within your QR codes. So those articles can be opened up just directly by scanning those QR codes. And another use case could be for marketing. So for marketing, it could be like you could send out emails to your prospecting buyers, and your email templates would have QR codes, and those QR codes would be pointing to your website or your application, or your mobile app, so that as soon as they scan that, that app can open up, and you can ask for installation, or you can directly open up that app. So yeah, these are few of the use cases that can be used. And apart from that, there are many use cases actually for QR codes. So basically, it just depends upon your imagination of how you can utilize them and how you can use the data that is embedded within these QR codes. So I hope you guys got to learn something nice from this session. And yeah, that's all from my side. I'm open to any questions that you might have now.
Thanks, Haider. Timmy, can you use the chat or unmute yourself for questions? Any questions? Okay, if not, great. Thank you, Haider, for this session.
Sure. Thank you, Shibu. Thank you, guys, for attending the session.